Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 36 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at Kentucky Speedway for the running of the Quaker State 400. We're under the lights here in this race, in this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval for 26 laps. We will of course run stage 1 after 6 laps, and after lap 12 will be the end of stage 2, and we'll run the last 14 laps as the final stage. So we will still be awarding stage points in these races. They'll be added up though later down the line when I have the time. Because you know it's going to be a little complicated. But anyway, Zachary DeLello is on the pole for this race. And alongside him will be the one car of Cullen Francis. And both are teammates and they're actually both running similar paint schemes except with different colors. So it's nice to see them both together for the very first time in a different almost the exact same paint scheme, but it's real nice to see them in the front. Anyway, in row 2 we have Anthony and then we have the 15 of Christian Russell. Row 3 we have Billy Bishop and Nick Salmon, who won last weekend at Pocono for the second time in season 36, hoping to go for 3 here tonight. Sharona Evans and Cody Smart start in row 4, and Cody Smart running with Quaker State in the front of the hood, fittingly because it is the Quaker State 400. And running out your top 10 are Giovanni Castillo and Lauren Martinez. So now let's take you down trackside for the command to fire the engines up here in Kentucky.
Drivers, start your engines!
Next weekend's race is going to be the Coca-Cola 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thought I'd point that out. But anyway, right now we're under the lights at Kentucky Speedway, getting ready for a 26 lap race at this track. And we have a front row filled with cars from Chip Ganassi, both running with Trick, Treat, and Win in the front of their hoods. So hopefully we'll see if one of them will come home with a win, or will they be leaving out some tricks for their opponents behind them. But here we go. Pace car to pit road again. 2 6-lap stages and a final stage of 14 laps. No stage breaks, and we're gonna go green here. Underway in the Quaker State 400. Good start for that 42 car, and now the 3 car of Billy Bishop is now in the second position. There is the 15 of Christian Russell going 3 wide for second position, but Bishop though has the better line in the middle, and he is able to hold off the 15. Now we'll see who's going to get that third spot. It looks like 15 has it for now, but we'll see if he can hang on to it. There's Sharona Evans, and this is battle for third place. Evans goes low, and she'll try to pass the 15 car. And Evans and Russell both battling side by side. Both drivers actually both competed in the truck series, believe it or not, so they know how to compete against tracks like these. Billy Bishop, though, he's trying to close in on that number 42 car. And there's 22 Max Ferrier, who won at the Daytona 500 this season, looking for another victory to join along Nick Salmon as the only drivers with more than one race win so far in season 36. There's that 14 car right behind him as well. That is Johnny Gardner. Very experienced driver at this track. A former champion he is. Actually won 2 of them in the Cup Series. Making his triumphant return, and he's hoping for a 3rd championship. He was a former champion. Oh no, not a former champion. He was a finalist in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu series last season. Here he comes, Gardner. Gonna pass by Max Ferrier. Last lap of stage 1, and it looks like Zachary DeLello might try to hang on for the stage win. So far, no cautions here. We stay green at Kentucky. I'm sure these guys are... I'm sure these guys do not want to yellow at this point. They're all racing hard here, trying to get every spot, every position they could. Anyway, there you see the end of stage 1. Zachary DeLello will be your stage winner. And the final one to get points in the 10th spot is Carter Friesen. A little bit of a gap ahead of the 48 of Grayson Acevedo. I mean, no, Eli Bright, I believe that is. Oh no, it's Grayson Acevedo. I'm sorry, it is Grayson Acevedo. Eli Bright was in that car last season. Now he's in the 13. My bad. Anyway, here we go. Sharona Evans just took second from Billy Bishop. And her teammate right behind her, Johnny Gardner. And you'll notice that all 4 stored Haas cars running with Mobil 1 in their hoods for this race. Gardner and Evans, we'll see if they'll work together to catch that 42. They're the other 2 stored Haas cars I mentioned. And there's a battle for second behind them, and there's Alexander Rowe as well. Now we have a battle for second place. Johnny Gardner has just taken the 2nd spot away. And Max Ferry are going to join in on the fun as he is trying to get 3rd spot. Johnny Gardner is trying to close in on that 42 car. Obviously with a lot more experience than Zachary DeLello. Like I said earlier, he is a 2-time champion in the Cup Series. He took a few seasons off, and we thought he was going to retire, but he apparently decided to come back this season. And he's just as good as he was before. There you see Gardner trying to close in on that 42, and he's done really well. Very strong in the corner, and the question is he going to make the pass? Here comes Max Ferrier. This is for 3rd place, as the 22 car looks to repeat his success in the Daytona 500. Looking really little low there. Who knows? This might be the lap that Johnny Gardner makes his move. And here he comes for the race lead. Johnny Gardner has taken it just before the end of stage 2. The next lap will be the end of stage 2. And Johnny Gardner has got the race lead, and now Sharona Evans going to be right behind him. Stuart Haas could be a 1-2 finish for them. As we reach the halfway point, we have not seen pit stops tonight. So the question is, when will these guys pit? DeLello doing a great job blocking the high line, but Johnny Gardner is going to be the stage 2 winner. And James Richardson just got the last spot of the points, of the stage points. Oh, look at that. DeLello just kept 2nd place on the high line. How about that? What a run. 3-wide battle with Anthony Then. Look at the run by the 37. This is for 3rd. Anthony Then, I think he already won this season. With the Shona Evans car, though, the 10 car able to overcome the 37's hard charge. There's the 43 Riley Spurley tube also getting in the picture. Oh, look at Riley trying to get that 4th spot from the 37. The 37 was a little over aggressive trying to make the line work. Just 12 to go at Kentucky. '22 stuck in the middle though, but the 3 car still trying to fight for the position as well. And the 21 comes to pit road. I'm not sure if it's an early pit stop or might have been a problem, but it looks like they might be pitting on this lap. Here we go. Pit stops underway at Kentucky Speedway. And now the leaders come down to pit road. 21 is the first one to come into pit road. Well, we'll see if his strategy will pay off somewhat. There's Lopez and the 23 Nicky Maxwell. They stayed out another lap. This could help him. Could put him in contention for the win. Looks like Lopez will pit on this lap and Maxwell will join him. And somehow Maxwell was able to get ahead on the high line. And looks like everybody's going to be coming off safely. Looks like one car stayed out. That's the 95 Philip Goldberg. Dylan Kroom was in that ride before. Philip Goldberg is now your new leader. Yeah, it was Dylan Kroom's old ride, and then he moved on to, I believe, the 20. And now Goldberg is going to stay out probably the most laps of anybody else. And here he comes. Goldberg to pit. The 95 pits, the last driver out. And looks like Johnny Garner was out first. They just went by Cody Smart. That probably is for the lead. Here comes Gardner. And now the other driver's going to come out ahead. Oh, looks like Robert Smith had a problem and he had his hood removed. And there's the rest of the run, and they passed them. Must have been a commotion back there, and unfortunately that didn't work out to their favor. Let's see Philip Goldberg though. Where is he? There he is, coming off pit road. Now the question is he going to still be your leader? Here we go. Johnny Garner just went by him easily, and that is possibly for the win. Great run by that 14 car. 95 comes out. I'm not sure if he's going to still be in the top 10 when he comes off pit road. But Johnny Gardner, we do know, with 8 laps to go, is your leader. There's Gardner, DeLello, and Riley Spurley-Tube. Top 3, and Cody Smart has dropped to 4th. The first driver to make the pit stop is in the top 5. Who knew? Well, I guess the strategy didn't work for him to keep the lead, but at least he might get a top 5 finish out of it. 7 laps left. Look at DeLello close in on the 14. Look at the run. Trying to go on the low line. DeLello got a great run in turn 1. He's coming. He might try to pass the 14 car. Here he comes for the lead. Zachary DeLello with a great run in turn 1. He might have a chance to pass the 14. Cody Smart, this is for 3rd place, and this is going to get exciting with 6 to go. Here we go, 6 laps to go. DeLello trying to close in on the 14, trying to clear him. And he's got it. DeLello is in the lead. How about that? Zachary DeLello able to get a run in turn 1. He just shot out like a rocket, and he took the lead. There is still time, though, with 5 laps to go. Still time for Johnny Garner to get back in front, and still time to steal this win. It's been a battle between Gardner and DeLello. And here's Riley Spurley-Tube on the bottom lane, along with Cody Smart. This might be helpful for that 42 car. But if there's a caution at this point, it will come down to overtime. And that's going to be even better. 4 laps to go at Kentucky Speedway. And Riley Spurley-Tube trying to complete the pass for 2nd spot. Little break there, but it looks like that 43 might get that 2nd spot away. Lap traffic, by the way, is up ahead. That is the 9 of Robert Smith. We mentioned him earlier with that hood gone. Must have had contact with another driver. And now here comes Cody Smart for 2nd. But with 3 laps to go, Zachary DeLello is in front. How will the lap traffic? Will they catch the lap traffic? How will that affect the lead? Smart's going to try for 3rd place. Riley Spurley-Tube needs all the help he can get to get that 42 away. And has got to hope that 42 does not get by the 9. 2 laps to go at Kentucky. Here we go. Moment of truth. Into the bottom lane. It looks like DeLello's going to cleanly get by the 9 car. Might have pretty much wrapped this up unless if a caution comes out before the white flag. 43 is going to go on the bottom lane. A wise move for his part. But one more lap. It might be too little too late. Coming to the white flag with one more lap around for Zachary DeLello. 42 started on the pole. Wait a minute, is there more lap traffic? Never mind, I thought there was more. 42 anyway started on the pole. Led the most laps. He had a battle with Johnny Garner early on, but with just 7 to go, was able to get by him, and that was the pass for the win. And now here he comes, Zachary DeLello off the final corner. He's going to take the checkered flag and win the Quaker State 400 at Kentucky Speedway. So Zachary DeLello wins at Kentucky from the pole position in this caution-free race. 42 car takes the checkers. A great race came down to the wire, came down to pit strategy, but Zachary DeLello able to hang on for the race win from pole position nevertheless. And he wins with his new team with Chip Ganassi in the 42 team. It surely was a treat for them to get a win here tonight at Kentucky. And that move for 7 to go, that was a trick. That was a trick for Gardner. It looked like Gardner was going to pull away with the win, but look, DeLello just came out of nowhere and took the race win. Anyway, here are the results from Kentucky Speedway. Only Robert Smith finished a lap down. As I mentioned earlier, it was a caution-free race. And Robert Smith was the only one that had problems all night. But anyway, thanks for watching this great race here at Kentucky Speedway. And I mentioned earlier, next weekend, it'll be the Coca-Cola 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. A little bit different of a race than normal for the Cup Series. And you'll see how when we get to that race. So, hope you enjoyed Kentucky. We will see you guys next weekend for the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway.